Hi guys, this is Chery, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'll go through all the features that I know on the new Chery Tiggo 4. This is the New Zealand right-hand drive version, urban spec, the basic spec for the petrol variant. For most of the features, these will be identical to the Chery Tiggo 4 range available in the Australian, New Zealand and some other markets. Now I'll leave all the timestamps down below on YouTube so you can skip forward if you wish. As always, if you find my video helpful, the best way to support the channel is to subscribe and like. Now let's get started. Alright, first is the key. This has a key case, by the way. Lock is here, unlock is on the top. Press and hold. You can then release the tailgate individually, but the tailgate does not automatically go all the way up. This is a manual tailgate on this version, by the way. You still have to lift it up. And the last button is to remotely start the engine before you get in the vehicle. You have to make sure the vehicle is locked, of course. Press and hold for a few seconds. Release. There we go. The engine will now start, just like that. You can see the LED daytime running light will switch on. Then you can get inside the vehicle after some point, and then the vehicle will tell you remote start has been activated, and then apply the brake to switch the vehicle to normal mode before you get on the road. And of course, to turn it off, just use the push button on the left. That's all done. Now on the driver door, you have keyless entry over here. Press over here to lock the vehicle as long as you have the car key with you. Hand inside to unlock the vehicle if you are outside the vehicle. Underneath, you notice a small hole over here. In case your key battery fails or anything like that, you can use the manual key that's inside the key case to open this cover to manually open and unlock the doors. Now to open the tailgate, just use the button underneath, press that to open the tailgate. If the vehicle was locked before you have the car key with you, you can still open the tailgate, by the way. That will only individually unlock the tailgate, which is the same of pressing and hold the tailgate button on your key, unlocking the tailgate alone, where all the other doors remain locked. Underneath the cover, you are going to find your space saver, and that's pretty much it. You can drop the seats, 40-60 split, move it forward if you wish. The headrest can also be adjusted. Tether points at the back, ISOFIX are at the front. And then manual close, just like this. To open the fuel tank, it's over here. Pull that all the way, and then open the flap. Recommended 91 or higher. Now inside the back door, you're going to find this child lock. Switch that on is to push upwards. That means someone inside cannot reach and unlock over there. And press here. Now release that function. At the back, it's pretty simple. You are going to get the armrest with the cup holders over here, USB-A charging, one single air vents at the back. Small pockets for your storage, by the way. This indicator is called door opening warning for the rear passengers. That means when you park the vehicle, when someone's driving behind you, this will lit up to let you know, do not open the door right now, double check before you go to the next step. Now, inside the passenger front door, you are going to find these tire pressure recommendations. Depends on the size of the wheel, you are going to get different tire pressure recommendations. Somewhere between 32 psi to 33 psi. Generally speaking, 32 psi seems to work for most of the tires. Inside the vehicle, you're also going to find your bonnet release just underneath. This entry model urban only comes with the manual seats. Sliding is underneath. This will go up and down the base. This will recline the back. If you go to the higher spec, of course, you're going to get the electric leather seats. Inside the driver door, you're going to find your window control, window lock for the back, and also a mirror control over here. If you're going for the higher spec, there will be an individual button to retract your wind mirror, where on the base spec, this is manual retract, just like that. Over here, you can change your mirror adjustments, right, up, down, left and right, to do that one, left, to do the other one, of course. By your driver door handle, you can find the unlock and lock for the central locking. Now, moving to the center to start the vehicle, the push button is just over here. Hold your brake, press, the engine will start. If you do not hold the brake and press, it will only go into the accessory mode. Behind your steering, these are the light controls, indicator up and down, flashing light towards you, and then auto lights are over here, or you can do parking lights, low beam, or auto again, or switch off completely. When you are driving in the dark, you can also push forward to switch on your high beam. Otherwise, these cars also have a automatic high beam assist. Over here, that's your fog lights for the rear, and fog lights release for the rear again. Now on the left, these are your windscreen wipers. Up and down to switch on and switch off your windscreen wiper. Go all the way up, this click is on off, so not doing anything. One up, missed, just one wipe. One down, automatic. Under automatic, you can also switch this forward and backwards to change your auto sensitivity. Okay, you have an indication on the dashboard to let you know. And then keep going down, will be on lower. It will be manual speed, high, top speed, just like that. Then this is your rear windscreen, on and off, or push down and hold is to wash the rear windscreen, and other way up and hold is also to wash the rear windscreen. Pull and hold towards you is to wash the front windscreen. On your steering, these are the horn, of course. Over here, these are some buttons. The left and right button is to change the tracks or music stations or radio stations. Over here, answer the phone call, hang up the phone call. Over here, you can activate your voice command through the Hello Chery, and that means you can continue. Just like that, you can do your air cons and things like that. Mode is to change your music mode from radio to Bluetooth, whatever it is on. You can also press and hold this button to engage your Siri command or Google Assistance when your phone is connected through Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Over here, the start button can be personalized in that screen. Under local settings, under system, you can find the steering wheel button. At the moment, you can only choose none, local settings or vehicle settings. If I choose vehicle settings, that just means when I press here, it will go to vehicle settings directly onto the screen. And that's pretty much it. Behind the steering, you can find your driver monitoring system. This monitor you while you are driving. If you're not watching the road or anything like that, it will give you small warnings. Then on the left, the middle button over here is to change your dashboard. On your dashboard, you get 3 different designs over here. So the designs can be changed under the local settings. Click the local settings, click the display, and then over here you can see theme settings. Under the theme, you can do technology, classic, or style. If I click the style and give it a few seconds, this will change to the style display. But any of the screens you are staying on, you are going to always see your speedo and your rev counter and some information in the center. To change this center display, these 3 buttons is what you can utilize. Go right, right, right. You can see the screen shuffles between all these ones. This one is called vehicle information. You can go up and down to change the vehicle information. You can also see your tire pressure monitoring system, trip A information, trip B information. Under trip B, you can also hold OK for 3 seconds to reset. That means push this down for 3 seconds. You can then reset that trip odometer. Go down again. This is your fuel consumption as of right now once you start driving. Then last one is about your tire pressure monitoring system again. Click right. These are the settings. You can see the notifications. If your warning is on or anything like that, if the vehicle needs a service and things like that, it will give you a reminder on the dashboard. Service reminder, service mileage reset. You can also reset the service mileage. On this vehicle, it's every 15,000 kilometers or every year, which comes first. Click right. These are your assisted driving assist screen. That means when you start driving on the cruise control, this will display things like cruise control, lane departure, and all the things traffic in front of you. So that's pretty much about this display. Now, if you do want to see your odometer, it's located over here. If you do want to see your fuel, it's over here. E is empty, F is full. 110K is your range display to empty. You also have time display, temperature display, some assisted driving display, some warning display, and other information on the dashboard. Now, we'll move it back to the steering again. Apart from these 3 buttons, all these buttons on the top 3, bottom 3 will be your cruise control buttons. I have done a tutorial and POV drive on the cruise control alone and speed limit alone, so I'll leave that link down in this description. Anyway, over here, that's your cruise control setting. Single click to set your cruise control, plus and minus to start driving on certain speed, and then push and hold. You can also engage the TJA, Traffic Jam Assist, or ICA, Intelligent Cruise Control. Under TJA, the vehicle holds your steering very tightly if it's secure the lane marking and things. If you do not like it, push and hold this button or disengage that TJA. These two buttons can also change the distance between you and front traffic, which is right now displayed underneath on the left. On some screens, it will display right in the center anyway. Then this is called the speed limiter. Press the speed limiter, press set, then up and down, plus and minus to change your manual speed limiter. So that vehicle will limit your throttle when you reach to a certain speed, so you do not go over the certain speed limit. And that's all the steering and dashboard settings. Now we'll move to the center screen. This is of course a full touch screen. If you want to go home, this is your home button, this is your phone button, and this is your music button. Then on the top, this is your voice command button. You can do the voice command clicking over here or clicking on your voice command button on your steering, or you can just simply say hello Chery. And then on the screen, you can do a drop-down menu that will have access to the air conditioning menu. To remember, you have some sort of display underneath anyway, and when you change anything, when you touch anything, change anything, these will also pop up and remain there for a few seconds before it disappears again. Also on your screen, you can swap the screen left. That means you can have access to quick few buttons to change or adjust the things. Brightness can be adjusted over here. Quick functions, you can do the hill descent function on and off. Stability control can be turned off. Lane departure intervention or prevention can be turned on and off. Parking sensors can be turned on and off over here. You can also disengage the touch tone, clean the screen. That means a full black screen for you to wipe everything off. Hotspot, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, screen protection, everything can be adjusted. You can also quickly go directly into your music settings around here. So that's all available through this panel just right here. On your left, this will permanently display your aircon and some sort of Wi-Fi connection over here. Then right in the center, first one is picture. You can insert an USB to display a picture or even a video while the vehicle is now moving. But at the moment, nothing's going to be there if you click over here, just like that. The USB, of course, is underneath, just on the passenger side over here. Now, next one is your vehicle settings. There are many settings you can set up about key locks and light functions. About lightings, you can have headlight delays and intelligent high beam as well. You can also change your headlight height adjustments. Next one is your driving assistance. There are many features available on this vehicle, including the rear driving assist like door opening warning, blind spot detection, forward driving assist like crushing or collision warnings, collision brakings and things like that, lane departure warning, and then speed limit assist that reads out speed limit signs on the dashboard. All these functions can be turned on and off whenever you like, but do remember some of the functions like the forward collision warning, you cannot turn it completely off. Every single time when you start the vehicle, it will just get reset. There's also I think a rear passenger reminder, something like that. There's also a fatigue reminder. If you keep driving the vehicle for 4 hours continuously, it's going to give you some sort of warnings. There is rear traffic crossing, there is emergency lane keeping, there is intelligent assist and all that things. So there are so many features you can personalize. Last one is important. You can also change your steering force. That just means if you change to sport, the steering gets a little bit stiffer. If you change to eco comfort, it will go to the light version. Or if you go to the mode linked to drive mode, that means when you change the drive mode over here, it will link to your drive mode where it's under eco or sport. Controls, you can do automatic locking once you start driving the vehicle, and lock reminder. If you lock the vehicle, it'll give you lights plus horn or just simple lights, whatever you like. Air conditioning, you can do the auto cabin cleaning, you can do the auto front seats ventilation, and also you can do the comfort aircon as well. So comfort just means when you choose this under automatic, it'll be comfort blowing instead of strong blowing or energy saving blowing, whatever you prefer. Now next one is the local settings. First thing, Bluetooth. You can connect your devices to certain Bluetooth. So to connect to Bluetooth or Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, it's all done through here. Make sure the Bluetooth is on, make sure the Bluetooth is visible, or simply search your device around the area. Your device will show up underneath, connect, authorize everything. The Bluetooth or Apple CarPlay or Android Auto will be authorized and connected. Next one is the Wi-Fi. The vehicle can connect to a Wi-Fi if you wish to. Otherwise, you don't have to connect to Wi-Fi. It doesn't really do much in terms of the Wi-Fi connection. Sound, you can change the touch tone sound. If you touch anything, there's a feedback. You can do the media source music. You can also do the speed volume compensation. Normal is balanced. You can do the balance control forward and backwards if you wish to. You can do the sound adjustments. And yeah, again, these are your personalizations. You don't have to do that with me. Over here, welcome music. You can enable that. Just when you get inside the vehicle, there is a sort of music. Volume, you can adjust all the volume for the media, for all the things. You can also do incoming call alert, giving you some reminders about incoming calls as well. Over here, under the voice, you can do voice activation. You can do multi-zone voice recognition as well. Voice activation just means when you say, "Hello, Chery,"
please continue,
this will give you response. If you do multi-zone voice recognition, that just means if someone is sitting on the passenger seat, they can also enable the Hello Chery assistance. Display, you can change auto mode or day or night, whatever you prefer. So change the brightness across the screens. You can do the multi-display brightness, which is this display, driver display brightness, which is that display. You can also change style, technology, or classic for the theme. That will change a few layouts just across the dashboard. You can also link multimedia display with the driver's themes. That just means if you change any themes over here, it's not going to be going across the other side. You can also change the wallpaper background if you wish to. You can also enable turn the screen off. That just means press this turn off button. It'll kind of turn the screen off and then turn back on again. You can also do the clean screen again. They're always going to be restored to default settings underneath for all these functions. Next one is the system. You can do the radio zones. I don't think you need to do much. Still listen to the New Zealand radio even under the Europe radio zone settings. You can then set your time 24 hours or 12 hours. That just have a display differently on your dashboard, whether it's showing AM or just simply 10:30. Automatically set time, it will just based on your GPS location, it will automatically set time, but you have to enable your time zone correctly, which is in New Zealand, is the +12. You can then personalize your start button, which is the button over here. Right now, it's personalized to access to vehicle settings, or you can do other things as well. Version information storage, you can check it, but you don't have to do anything. You can again restore factory settings for pretty much everything over here. Now let's go back home. Media, this is where you can have access to your local music from your USB and also Bluetooth music if something's connected, or radio display. Click the radio and then you can have access to all the radio stations on the left. Some of them will be favorites. That means you click here, they will go to the top half for the radio stations. You can also go AM, you can also go FM, just like that. Click over here, you can go back to the music source, and then click left and right, you can go to the next and the last radio stations. Over here, you can change your music settings, and then underneath, you can save it, or you can unsave it over here. Click this one. This will search all the radio stations in this area. Let's say you are in a new area, different zones, you can use that as well. RDS, I'm not sure what that means. It's just, yeah, you can turn the traffic information or something, certain things. It's up to you. And in New Zealand, DAB is not available, but it is available in some certain countries or areas. Next one is the system update. I guess when you connect to the internet or Wi-Fi, you can check the system updates. I'm not sure if you can do it on your own or you have to visit a dealership. And next to is the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Both are wireless controls. Again, you go to the phone settings to connect your devices over here, and then you can authorize the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Speaking of the phone, when your phone is connected, if you do not authorize Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can also access to recent calls, contacts, and dials, so you can dial someone's numbers directly. Quick menu, I really love this. So in case you can't remember anything that I talked about in this video or some other things about this guidance on the vehicle system and things like that, you can do shortcut menu. That means swipe over here, you can do all your shortcuts. Swipe left and right, you can see all the menus on this display. So that's really, really cool. Next one is the video. As we mentioned, you have to insert USB to be able to watch a video while the vehicle is not driving, by the way. Now that's all done. Let's move to the next step. This is the home button for the screen. Click home, that's home. Mode is to change your driving mode.
Entered sport mode.
Sport or eco,
economy mode.
Just like that. Over here, that's the music direct button. Click music, it'll go into your music screen. Hazard light on and off, very simple. Volume up and down, and then on and off button for the screen. Just on and off, just like that. Underneath, these are your direct controls for your climate control. This is the directions for front windscreen, top and bottom. This will display your temperature and things. Fan speed is displayed over here. Direction is displayed over here. On and off buttons over here. Front windscreen to defrost your front windscreen. Rear demister to heat up your rear windscreen. AC on and off over here. Automatic climate control is also over here. If you engage the automatic climate control, simply use the fan speed button over here to disengage the auto climate control. Recirculation is also over here. Sync, that just means if it's unsynced, if you touch here, that's going to be two different temperature, but click sync, both temperature are together. Over here, that's to change the temperature up and down, same with the passenger side. Fan speed up and down as well, same with the passenger side. Now, going to the gear control, you can go forward to reverse while you're holding the brake, backwards for drive, somewhere in between for neutral. Press on the top is for park. While you're under the drive, you can also shift it to the left side to menu mode, go forward and backwards to +1 or -1 to change your menu mode. You are going to see the display on your dashboard for your gear controls permanently, so that means you know which mode you're on. If you get accidentally touch that, just shift it back to drive again. Now underneath, this is your electric handbrake. Hold the brake, push it down is to release, pull it on is to be on. You're going to see a red light over here to indicate your handbrake on and off. If you successfully switch the vehicle into drive and then you have fastened your seatbelt, you can simply press the accelerator without doing anything. Now automatically release this. But if you do not have your seatbelt, you cannot go until you manually release the handbrake. Next one is called auto hold. Engage this function while you have seatbelt on. The orange light will come on. That just means when you come to a stop, the vehicle will hold your brake for you, displaying a green icon on the dashboard. So very easy to use the auto handbrake or auto hold. Over here, just the storage for your phone or for your small wallets. Over here, just the cup holders. Underneath, just the center console over there. Now, under the center console, you can find the 12-volt socket just on the driver side. Then on the passenger side, you can find top USB-C, bottom USB-A. If you choose to use the connection for wired Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can only use the bottom USB-A to charge and also connect your smartphone, where the top one, the Type-C, only does the charging. Last couple things, on your top you can find your sunglasses holder, and then if you do have the vehicle that with the panoramic sunroof, this button will open your cover, this button will open your glass. Again, push back to close the glass, push back to close the cover. Of course, you can stop anywhere if you wish to. On the side, you also have 4 buttons. This is the door light button. Open the door, the light will come on just like that. Close it, light will come off, but press it, let it bounce back. That means open door is not going to engage the lights at all. Over here, this is the reading lights on your side, on the driver, reading lights on the passenger side, or full lights, everything is on. Do remember, you do not want to turn any of these functions on or leave them on when you stop the vehicle, and so yeah, it will drain the battery basically. Alright, that's the end of this video. I hope you found my video helpful. If you do not forget to subscribe, that's the best way to support the channel. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.